Hi guys, it's Patricia, your independent Scentsy consultant from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Today I'm going to talk to you about the bricks that I've warmed the past 3 months, which I kind of call my spring bricks mostly, and what I'm going to be warming for the next 3 months, kind of like our summer going into fall bricks. So let's get into it. The reason I like to do it this way is because bricks take so long to go through. They are almost 6 times the size of a regular Scentsy bar. They are 5.7 something. But it takes a while to get through a brick. But let's start with the 2 bricks that I did get through in the past 3 months. I finished up my brick of apple butter frosting, and this is a really old brick, and this is one of my favorite scents. I love it. You've heard me talk about it before. It's probably in my top 5 scents. It's basically a apple butter, which is apples that have baked down. It's got cinnamon in it, and it's got vanilla bean frosting, and you put those all together, and it's a very sweet, warm, inviting scent, cozy, and it really permeates the air. It's not super strong. Like, it's strong enough, but it throws really well, and it lasts a fair amount of time. So if you like the sounds of that, you can pick this up in bar form. It is a scent that's currently available. This is a bar that I finished up called Ginger and Spruce, all finished. So this one here has notes, I think, of like ginger and spruce and cassis, but to me it smells a little bit like a variation of like a wintergreen gum. It's kind of like a fresh scent to me. It doesn't smell like a tree to me, but it has kind of hints at that. Anyway, what I would do is, it's not a favorite scent of mine. When I put this in my last video, people were really either for it or against it. but what I say is, for me personally, the scents that I don't love, sometimes I put them in my overnight warmers. And I have about 3 warmers that I sometimes use, sometimes just 2, and they light up my stairs. So if somebody has to go down to the kitchen to get a drink, they don't have to turn lights on. It's enough light, they can see what they're doing. So, and it just gives a nice background scent, and this would last many nights. So you could turn it on just for 7 or 8 hours a night, and then turn it off, and then the next day do the same thing. It's usually a few days that I can get out of that one, because it's a very, 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 very long-lasting scent. Okay, one of the bricks that I have a lot of is cinnamon chai latte. So I've just got 1 row plus a little bit here left of this particular brick. And this one is like, it's like steamed milk, and it's got cinnamon and chai spices. And some people don't like the cinnamon. Some people don't like the milk aspect. I like it. And it does fairly well for me. Day 1 is a little bit more cinnamon heavy, and then it kind of goes more vanilla based. And I leave it in usually 2 to 3 days, depending on the zone. If it's my big open area, I usually don't leave scents in that long because they just get lost. But yeah, I really like cinnamon chai latte, one of my favorites. I finished up, so far I'm at halfway through this brick of Blizzard Berry. And this one here, I didn't look up the notes, but I'll put them down below. And it's just a really pretty, bright, fruity, it feels like it has a little tiny bit of effervescence, but I love this one. And I've said it before, I wish I would have put this in my Scentsy Club, but I didn't. So if I had a chance, if it ever comes back, I will be going in my Scentsy Club. And it's one of those scents that kind of reminds me of like shimmer or plum and white woods, like a pretty perfumey, feminine, girly scent that lasts a long time. I have been working on Olaf Warm Hugs. So these last 2, this I would warm this year round actually. This you could probably warm year round, but I usually just would warm it like after Christmas, the first few months into winter. I'm halfway through this brick. This is a really nice scent. I like this scent a lot. It's like a very slight mint with vanilla, and it's different than vanilla mint. Vanilla mint is very sweet, and it's got a lemon. And so it's like brighter. This is kind of more of a woodsy, minty vanilla. So this is really nice. I would stick to small to medium zones for this, and it will do very well. Don't put in a big area. If you see that come back in the winter, it would be worth picking up a bar and give it a try. Here we have a scent, Vanilla Bean Buttercream. This is available in our catalog year-round in bar form, and you can get it in brick if you are a Scentsy Club member. I'm halfway through. I think this was almost full when I brought this out, and of course I've got some damage here, but this is just a classic sweet bakery scent. Yeah, and it's very rich. It's got the butter. It's got like sugar cane, which I love scents with sugar cane. It just gives a depth to the scent that I just love it. And yeah, I'm really coming around to this, and I have more bricks. And I had a customer looking for some of this and I didn't have any. And I said, well, all I have is a brick. And she's like, I'll get the brick. So I gave it to her and I think she was kind of shocked. But yeah, Vanilla Bean Buttercream. It's a good one. All right. Here's a discoloration of the clamshell again. But this is a really good scent and it's in shimmer. I mean sugar. Sugar. Oh, this is a really, really nice scent. It's part of the Bring Back My Bar collection right now. If you have not tried sugar, you need to try it. It's lemon drops and cotton candy, but it's really a feminine, girly scent that kind of has this as its backdrop, the lemon drops and cotton candy, but it smells like a very soft pink sugar perfume. Great as a mixer, great if you want to add sweetness, and this is a really good performer, so it's pretty strong, and it's not super long lasting, but it is fairly strong. I worked on a bit of Strawberry Daiquiri Disco. So Strawberry Daiquiri Disco to me is very artificial strawberry because it smells like Jell-O powder before you mix up the Jell-O. Yeah, it really does. But I was disappointed with the performance this last go around with this. It was very, very weak in my open area. So I will probably stick to warming some of these cubes in smaller rooms like bedrooms or rec rooms or entranceways, things like that. And I'm gonna try to get through this because you can see it's getting a little bit red and juicy. It's not juicy on the top so much as just kind of grungy, I guess. All right, the next one is a peach colored wax and it is peach and white amber. And I worked on the top row here and I still want to try to get one more row done. So we'll see. But this is a really pretty scent, but it's very light. So I find it works well in my kid's bathroom. It works well here in my bedroom or my daughter's bedroom. Those are sometimes the entranceway, but it can't be on a really hot day. It has to be slightly cool. So even as we head into fall, I'll probably whip this out and try to use up some of this. But it's kind of one of those scents that I want to use it up because I don't want to have wax just sticking around doing nothing. But at the same time, I like it and I can't get more. But it's not an outstanding performer, so I have to keep reminding myself that if it doesn't check all the boxes, then you shouldn't, you know, hoard it. So that's peach and white amber. And this next one is a white colored wax. This is one you can get right now in bar form. You can't get it in brick, but the very popular scent of Pina Colada Cha Cha. And I think I didn't use a lot of this. I have it going downstairs now. Just started it actually. And I used a portion of another cube here. And I find this is a really nice summer mixer. So say you're like, well, I don't know if I really want my house to smell like pina colada. Like say that's not your thing. But this is a great scent to have to cream up a scent that maybe you find a little too harsh. Say for instance, you picked up a grape granita from Bring Back My Bar and you're like, it's just too grape for me. Put a part of this in with it. It'll cream it out a little bit. It'll be really, really nice. So you could add this to a lot of scents. That's just one example, but what did I add this to? I add this to Grapefruit Orange from the Mix It collection. I added this to Cocoa Lime. So those are just a couple of ones I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, this is my kind of like my go-to summer mixer lately. And that is all the bricks that I went through in the past 3 months. So I'll just quickly go over my melting basket for kind of like the rest of the summer and into early fall. So I usually film these videos probably close to when the change of season occurs, but give or take. So I will want to use up some more peach and white amber, and I will want to use up some more Pina Colada Cha Cha. And I think the reason I said shimmer was because I'm going to use up some of one of my shimmer bricks. So this is really nice. This is a kind of an individual scent that we don't have a lot of things that remind me of shimmer. Oh, it's so nice. This came back. This brick is probably, yeah, it's probably one of the earlier bricks I have because it still has my sponsor sticker on the front. And I bought this with the sugar bricks back when you could buy them as a duo, and I barely was into Scentsy and I'm buying bricks already. But yeah, this is it says it has apricots and cherries and like spun sugar and maybe some musk, but it's just a very perfumey, girly scent. It's not super strong, but it really lasts a long time and it's different. So shimmer is a winner. I like that one. From my melting box last time that I didn't even get any part started was bergamot and solar driftwood. So I will definitely be getting some of this warmed. This is a great bedroom or bathroom scent. It's very sweaty. Yeah, it's kind of grungy. This is a drug deal bar, or clam, or brick, I should say. So I'll get working on that. Nice oceanic scent, a lot of driftwood and mandarin, which is really nice. Let's see, I'm going to try to get some done of this brick. Pretty Berry Cosmo Boogie. So this one here, it's got like grapefruit, and it kind of reminds me of We're All Mad Here, but with a little bit more tang, a little bit more something behind it. So I will put the scent notes down below, and I'm going to get working on that. Another one from the spring brick collection that I've really ignored. I have warmed this in Tester Tuesday. It is a scent that you can get in the catalog right now. It will probably retire. I think it might permanently retire because they put this out in the whiff box. Sometimes when I think they do that, it's because they have a lot of stock, and it's Mojito Mambo. So this is like lime, muddled mint, and it's got club soda and a little bit of rum, but I don't smell any rum. Yeah, so I'm going to get warming this because I gotta cut up the bricks like I tell you guys. Cut the bricks up so that you'll use some. So if you didn't watch my last video, usually what I do is I cut one row. What you can do is you can either cut it into fourths, thirds, or halves. Don't put the whole brick cube. It's a little bit too excessive and you're probably wasting wax. But depending on the size of your warmer, a mini warmer, a quarter or a third is plenty. Full-size warmer, you could do a third or a half, depending on how much you like. The less wax you use, sometimes the more frequently you'll be changing it out. So here's a peachy colored wax. Can you guess what this one is? It's Skinny Dippin', and it's before they changed the packaging. So sometimes I have bricks and they just sit there and they get ignored. So this is a good thing for me to do, to get in there and kind of use some things up. So Skinny Dippin' is like melon, pears, and apples. And to me, there's a lot of melon and not very much pears and apples compared to the melon, but this is a pretty good performer. And the sad thing is my daughter doesn't really like it, neither does my son, but I'll just warm it anyway and kind of hope they don't notice. Now I have 3 more bricks, and these ones I'm going to kind of use more as we get into fall, like early September. And I'll probably use this one as a mixer because it's great, and I love this one. It's Sugar Cookie. This one is the most recent brick I've obtained, and it's basically like creamy butter, sugar, and vanilla. Yeah, and it's a light scent, but it's good to bring down scents that need to be toned down, and it's good on its own in any smaller zones. I love Sugar Cookie. I'm going to finish, or not finish, but at least try to finish Caramel Vanilla Delight. This one is really beat up, and I'd like to just get it out of my stash. This is a very like rich scent. It's kind of like caramel sugar cookie diluted with vanilla ice cream. It's more creamy, but it's like a lighter caramel, but it's very sweet, like cavity sweet. Yeah, and you can almost smell like a little bit of nuttiness to it. So that is Caramel Vanilla Delight. We'll see if that comes back in Fall and Winter catalog. And here we have a red wax, and it's a fall red wax, and this brick is really, really old, and I got it maybe 2 years ago, roughly, at a flash sale. And it's one of my favorite scents, and it's a controversial scent because some people hate it, and it's Apple S'mores. I have this, and I have a whole bunch of bars that I got to use up. I actually think this is probably my number 2 Scentsy scent. However, I took it out of my club just because I have so much, and I haven't been warming it. So it's basically, woo! It's apples with a twist. There's a lot of smokiness in here. It says apple s'mores, so I don't get chocolate or anything like that. I think it's just a play on, instead of chocolate in the s'mores, you're putting like an apple, like a baked apple. So it's very apple heavy. It's smoky, so I like to warm this in my open area because I don't get as concentrated of a smoke action, but I really, really like this scent. It's good. So there you have it. Those are my bricks I'm gonna work on, and those are the bricks that I did work on. So if you guys like this kind of video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Can't give 2, but you can give 1. And if you have any questions or comments, please list them down below for me and I will answer them for you. And consider subscribing if you're new. I'd love to have you here and interact in our channel, my channel, our channel. So anyways, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you guys have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.